I'm Juhi Malhotra, an alumni of the Lucknow Public Collegiate and presently working as a faculty in the same institution. It's a great pleasure and honor to work under the guidance of the teachers who have taught me. It makes me feel as if I'm home. I feel so fortunate to be a part of the Collegiate's journey since its inception. The Collegiate has given me immense confidence and taught me how to deal with the adversities of life. So today we are in conversation with the Joint Director and Principal of the Lucknow Public Collegiate, Dr. Javed Alam Khan, who has been a source of inspiration for many of us. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So, sir, what's the best thing about being an
The
educator?
best thing about being an educator is that you are an educator. The word itself is so explanatory that I feel that makes me happy that I am an educator. And the best thing about being an educator is as a teacher, you have learned so many things which in return you are imparting to so many people in the world years after years. So educator is a person who is always rich at heart, young at heart, and lives a life amongst children, parents of different age group and colleagues of different age group. You must have heard me saying often, the teacher is always young and the teacher is old before time. Now what does that mean? I'm sure you all must have guessed it right. You are young because you are amongst the young people all the time. You are laughing, you are joking, you are teaching, you are exchanging views. So you remain young. But then when it comes to how you are old before time, when you go to class, you have to behave like a teacher. It comes to teaching bigger children or smaller children. If you are a young girl like you, teaching smaller children, there is not that huge a gap between your age and the children of classes 4 or 5. So you are not that old, but then you have to behave like an old person in the class. So you have become old before time and you have to behave and you have to conduct yourself. And you are young because you are enjoying the company of young children. So an educationist is a person who is always happy about being an educationist. Now, gone are the days when we used to feel that teaching we are not much paid or something like that. The scenario has changed. Teachers are also very well paid. So being an educationist and educator is always a proud moment, had been always a proud moment for me.
Very well said, sir. So, sir, one effective teaching learning methodology you think that educators in today's world must apply?
Teaching methodology is a very important part in a teacher's life. Every teacher has a different methodology. I teach giving a lot of examples, verbal examples. Many teachers teach doing a lot of practicals, hands-on work. So many people work on computer, and that's their methodology. And as of late, we use through technology, that's our assistant teacher. If I forget, the teacher remembers. If I'm wrong, the teacher is right. That's also a methodology. But what I feel, when we talk of methodology, we should keep lots of things in mind. Teaching a poem. Since English had been my subject close to my heart, I remember a poem on his blindness by John Milton. Now this on his blindness, John Milton can be taught using various methodologies. How? While we are teaching, I think I should keep in mind if I can include mathematics also in it, if I can include science also in it, if I can include geography also in it, and that's my methodology of teaching on his blindness. I could easily include science in it because it's blindness. How will science take part in explaining the blindness? When I'm talking about mathematics, a person who's blind cannot see I mean, he can imagine distance. He can talk about distance, covering of distance with his imagination, our expressions. All these things together make up a methodology. These days, skill development is very important, but then we are not able to do justice with it because we have so much to cover in the syllabus. We are also concerned about teaching, preparing children for the examination, whereas a lot of life skills which children must learn. Let me come to a simple skill, that's a writing skill. Writing is a skill which everybody must develop, but I'm sorry to say, when the children go for higher studies, they are not able to write because there's less of writing which is happening. Writing also expresses your thoughts and views that come out. So it's another skill which we feel while we are teaching, we should blend all these methodologies and teach. And I would suggest to all my teachers, those who are listening to me, that when you are teaching, don't limit yourself to that subject. Try and involve other subjects also, so many skills in that, so that the child is able to learn along with the subject so many other skills, which I'm sure is going to be of great help to the children when they tread on their path of success in future.
Very well said, sir. Absolutely correct. Sir, how do you deal with the people whose ideas differ from you?
Oh, okay. I think it is those people who teach us so many things. Your ideas are different, my ideas are different. And if we sit down and ponder over them, we come to some conclusion. So I take it like this, that if we are discussing, our ideas are not matching and we have to do a particular thing, a project, then we blend both the ideas and we try to convince you, you try to convince me, no, this is right, that is right. Again, we learn so many things. When we talk to the children, some children do not agree to certain things. We have to really convince them. The latest example that I can give you is of this vaccination drive which is going on. Now, this vaccination drive which is on for the age group 15 to 18 years, it's mandatory for every child of 15 to 18 years to be vaccinated. Government is really pressurizing everybody to take this vaccine. Now, they are pressurizing. Why? Because people's ideas are not matching. Had their notions been matching, there was no need of pressurizing. Here in schools, we are trying to call up parents, we are trying to convince them that it is in the interest of your child. People do give some kind of information that my child has fever. Now, I would say if the child has fever, please see, before that fever turns into something else, the child should get the vaccination. Whereas the ideas doesn't match. So, but that doesn't stop us from working. We take each other's views, ideas, and put them together and form into a beautiful output of the discussions and different ideas, and we make things happen. That's how the world goes.
Absolutely right, sir. It was a lively and a very, very informative session with our principal, sir, and I'm sure the teachers and the students and everybody who must be watching this session will benefit themselves from sir's ideas, views, and thank you so much.
Thank you.